Yo guys, what is up? My name is Jeracraft and welcome back once again to another transformation video. Today we find ourselves lost in the far reaches of Minecraft to transform the End City, one of the most requested transformation videos ever. Now this project is definitely not going to be easy, one of the most challenging transformation videos to date. Even finding just the right blocks to use for this project was a challenge in itself. But nevertheless guys, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe for more videos, and without further ado, let's get down to building. Right guys, so for this transformation, I thought it would be a good idea to stick to the original color scheme. I'm also going to try my best to stick to the original size, shape and style of the End Fortress. I think Mojang did a good job with this particular building, but I can guarantee you guys we can still make this look 10 times more epic. So I continue to add a lot of extra detail to this build. Just by adding an extra layer to the wall has already made a huge difference. I will be using a lot of endstone and purple blocks to stick to the original style, even though I don't like the look of these blocks. But I also will be using some birchwood and some sandstone, seeing as unfortunately we don't have access to endstone stairs. Right guys, so this is starting to look a lot more appealing, but we still need to add some extra color using some clay. The most important feature though is about to be introduced, and that is the roof. Why? Well, we don't have a roof, it's completely flat, so I thought it would be a good idea to go for something mystical, fantasy, quirky looking, and surprisingly it turned out way better than I ever expected. Right guys, also be aware that I am using a light mod so that you guys can see better, but if you were playing this in survival, your game would look more like the picture on the right. Now I really don't like the fact that the tower actually joins up to the first building. It looks kind of awkward, but if that's what we have to work with, then as I mentioned before, we are gonna stick to the original design. Well guys, despite the fact I don't like the layout of the End Fortress, I still managed to pull off a really interesting design that you guys might like. I created this repetitive pattern right up to the top of the tower, and later on decided it would be a good idea to have a huge window right in the center. It kind of looks like a nether portal. So just imagine being able to throw an ender pearl into this portal and possibly teleport you to another part of the Minecraft universe. Mojang, what are you waiting for? Just do it! So luckily for us, we do have single player commands, which is going to speed up the process and save a lot of time. But despite this, we still have a lot of work to do. Now one thing we definitely have to fix is the base of each building. If these buildings are going to be floating, then it definitely needs to have some sort of feature to make it appear like they are floating. I decided to add this huge crystal which just hangs down from underneath the building. It matches up with the rest of the style and adds to a sort of fantasy feel. Now one of these buildings are in a sort of awkward position, and I am going to go slightly off the transforming boundaries here and just rotate the building 180 degrees, just to make it fit more adequately. Well guys, this is looking so much better than when we started off a while back, but believe it or not, we still have a lot of work to do. We still need to transform each and every single one of the remaining buildings. Apart from that, I'm also planning on adding some huge fire pots right at the top of each of the flat surface buildings. So I've also decided to keep the walkway between each building very simplistic. I think the build has a lot of detail as it is, so keeping the walkway simple doesn't make the build look too overcrowded. Apart from that guys, I really have to say thank you for everything. We are about to hit 150,000 subscribers. That's 50k in almost 2 or 3 weeks. It's mind-blowing. So thank you for all the support. I really like making these videos despite the fact it takes me over a week to put together. Right guys, so we're almost done with the transformation of the End City. Just need to touch up on the rest of the buildings which still have not been transformed, including this tower, just adding some windows right at the top there, and also be adding some fire pots later on as well. We still need to transform the ship, which is also floating on the other side of the End City, but apart from that, we're practically done with this transformation. Well guys, would you take a look at this? To be honest with you, I never expected the end city to turn out this good. I found it very challenging, but somehow managed to put it together. I've been wanting to ask you guys which has been your favorite transformation so far. We have transformed the Nether Fortress, a Nether Portal, the End Portal, and the End City. Which has been your favorite? Let me know in the comments below. Right guys, so we continue with the transformation. Just like I mentioned before, we are going to add some huge fire pots right at the top of each tower. I just need to finish off the main tower following the exact same design as the rest of the buildings. Then I'm going to use some purple blocks to create a huge fire pot and then use a combination of different colored glass to create the flame. So once I had the fire pot complete, it was just a matter of replicating the same design on each remaining tower. Right guys, and so it seems that this is the last of the transformation. All that's left to do now is to transform the ship. I'm not a fan of ship building, so this was definitely a challenge, but seeing as the ship was already built, I guess we had the game a lot easier. It was just a matter of adding a lot of extra detail and even adding another quirky roof to the top of the ship to match up with the rest of the theme. I'm also going to add some colored glass right at the back of the ship to make it seem like the ship is actually being propelled. Right guys, and without further ado, I proudly present to you my version of the transformed End Fortress.
My son, a terrible darkness has returned to our world. As before, it seeks to annihilate everything that we hold dear. I go to face it, knowing I may not return.
Well guys, thank you for watching today's video. That's about it for today. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe for more videos, and I will see you next time. This is Jeracraft, over and out.
Underline it to make sure